Say bit.
People trickling in. Might be best if I advertise the stream a little bit. Then I'll get into the goods. This is a good playlist. Damn. God, I should have cleaned up before I started streaming in the first place. We're good though. We're good. Now let's hope the bitrate keeps up. No drop frames. That's pretty cool. Hit up the Twitter. Ooh, you can hear my keyboard, can't you? Python, TypeScript, HTTP, throw that in there, Flutter, Dart, and fun lights. Let's add a little picture, cause why not? There we go. So we can actually. The button's overlaying. This is stupid. Well, whatever. It's just gonna be like this. Wait. Here it comes. There we go. Hey there. Go to the other Twitter account, which I need to log into first. Okay. GenericTyping. Was that it? What was my Twitter handle on GenericTyping? I don't remember. Damn it. Okay. Let's do it. Tweet here. Well, whatever. Most people will see it anyway. If anybody joins at all, I'm really doing this for myself, so who gives a shit? Okay. Let me lay out the land of what I have going on here. The idea of this is this, and I'll have to explain it more times most likely. So I have these lights, and the whole reason I started streaming was because I thought it might be interesting to have a look. Let me share it with one other source, because that way, you know, might as well have sort of an audience now that I'm streaming anyway. If you want to share it with anyone, feel free. Cool. Used to have a whole crew here, but I guess that's what happens when you don't stream for about a year or longer. Dope. So I have a bunch of lights here, which I can actually, I think, let me open up my display here. Also, if anybody is here, tell me if my audio is doing okay. I haven't really done any testing beforehand, so If we're good, then we're good. Otherwise, well, too bad. Whatever. What I have here is, pull it up, is this. Here we go. I have a Raspberry Pi here hooked up, which I realize I can better show you on cam. There we go. I have a Raspberry Pi here hooked up to a bunch. These are 200 individual Christmas lights. And the cool thing is the protocol on these is very well known. They're like a cheap Chinese thing, but the protocol is, I think, WS281X. Oh, thanks for the audio thing. So I think the protocol is well known, which is pretty good. And so I can hook up a Raspberry Pi to it, which I've done, and I have this proof of concept working. So I have this incredibly complex architecture because I have these bunch of requirements for this thing to work. And my goal here is to get a bunch of these lights rigged up and then have them display inside my garden. And so I want them to do everything I want. The thing is, it's all very hacky at the moment. So here is my current architecture to connect the lights with the Raspberry Pi to actually communicate with them. I'm using Python because there's a really well-built library for it called NeoPixel by Adafruit. So I'm using that to connect to the lights themselves. However, so that's one side, right? Then I have the control side, which I want to build a Flutter app for my phone. So I'll just create a Flutter app, but then there's the communication between them. So I sort of need a thing that can tell the lights or Python what it should do as far as lights goes. But for communication, I could set up a WebSocket and that kind of thing. But I thought it'd be fun to see if we could do it through Firebase Cloud Firestore, the database technology that's real time. Because I have a lot more experience with that. I haven't done WebSockets myself yet. And I don't feel like setting up a server necessarily. So I think, using Firestore for that would be the most convenient after all. So I want something that, takes Firestore and sort of can listen to Firestore and then push the commands to the lights. Now, I could go ahead and learn how to do that in Python, but I don't really like Python. It has been, I've tried it out now, right? Because I've needed to write a bunch of stuff here, but I wanted to do it in something that I am more familiar with. So here's the plan. Have a Flutter app written in Dart that will communicate to a Firebase Cloud Firestore that will write whatever the current state of the light should be in real time. Then have a Node.JS server written in TypeScript, listen to the current status, the current document that describes what the light should be, and whenever it gets an update, it sends a HTTP request to a local web server written in Python, which is this whole shebang. So this gets a call for a change so whenever a change happens in the document, Node.js will be like, ooh, let me send out a network request to localhost to this thing that's just running locally on this port. And when this receives any sort of input or something, it will put the lights in that, it will set the lights according to the payload that I provide. So with that set up, I have that bit working, and I was going to build the next bit, but I thought might as well stream. I'm not sure what kind of a stream it's going to be, but I thought might as well. I mean, if people are here anyway, then if people might enjoy, then, who gives a shit? Cool. So that's the plan. I might turn up the music a little bit because I like my drum and bass. If things are too loud or if you can't hear me properly, just tell me and I might be able to, I might see your message. Yeah. Let's see. If you're aiming for local only, MQTT usually go to for smart things. I see. That might be an interesting thing to research. I don't think I am at the point yet where I can, I don't think I'm at the point where I need to make that consideration, I think. Although I would need to research more into MQTT, honestly. This is just like a set of technologies that I know works. Like this, I can make this pipeline work. It's just very sort of cumbersome. But the fun part is that you touch on a lot of technologies, which is on one part a fun thing and, you know, resourceful in a way. In another part, it can be extremely annoying. I may have said this time and time again, but setting up a proper TypeScript project, whatever people tell me, it's such a bitch. It's such a hassle. I don't know why it is. So because you set, okay, here's the thing. You set up a small rant. You set up a Node.js project, right? Okay, so you go, okay, I need this package.json, but fine. And that will get you Node. So then you need to add TypeScript to it, and at that point you might as well get like a TypeScript starter project to do all the TS config, and you know, I want strict ruling, strict linting, all that kind of stuff. You set that up, then you do npm install, and it fails every time. And then you go, okay, let me check out what's wrong, and then it turns out your IDE has different opinions than your TypeScript and package.json config. And so you go, okay, well, I got those in sync because I installed the extension, fine. Then you have linting issues because ESLint is like, I'm the new linter now, and then TSLint like, but I'm still here. So you uninstall TSLint, and your entire linter structure is just garbage at that point. And then you get that set up, and then Prettier comes in and it's like, oh, I also have an opinion on how to do linting. And it's like, I just want to get it working. And then you install TS Node so that you can actually execute your program. And then you want to debug it using VS Code, right? So you hit command, or to me, it's command enter, and it doesn't do it. It just says either JS files aren't found or you can't import something. You need a special module flag for that. You need to use require, but then you do require, and then Prettier is like, oh no, that's horrible. You need to use import syntax. And it's such a hassle. With Dart, life is so much simpler. But then again, I don't want to re-implement the entire, you know, protocol for doing the lights in Dart. But if I could have a full stack Dart thing, yes, I would in a heartbeat, because Dart is make a pub spec, give it a name, do pub get, and you're done. The linting is there, everything, so I love it. But unfortunately, that's not the reality we live in. So yeah, yeah, I want to have a look and see. So where are we is then the question. So I have, this is on the Pi, this VS Code instance, and so I have a server running here that I can reach with this. And so this sends a payload. For each LED, we have an array with the values that they should have, right? So now I have a power plug here with 2 strands for the positive and the ground. And if I touch these on here, on these cables here, let me pull it up. You know, the light should show up. In this case, what we have on the payload is 25500, which means R, 02550, which is full green and then blue, right? So I have this working at this point. So let me get that fixed for you. So if I now touch these, oh, there we go. Is that visible? Oh, you only see blue. Well, I promise red and green are there, but I can't really move my hands now, can I? Okay. So that's the current status quo. Actually, you know what I can do? I can cheat a little bit and cheese it. So what I can do, thank you for the comment, by the way, on Nest.js. So I'll have a look into it, but yeah, I don't get how sort of people, maybe I'm too entitled, but how people put up with it, I don't know. It's such a hassle, and I don't get that the biggest language in the world right now, don't consider PHP next to it, is such a hassle to set up. It's just duct tape all over. Anyway, so if I do, let's put everything to everything red, for example. I might as well do a fill at that point. No, I want to keep the structure intact. So this is the code for red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means that this is 10. Then this is 20, then 1, 2, 3, 4. This should be 200. What am I saying? I can just count the lines. I am an idiot. But hey, there we go, 200. Okay, cool. Send the payload. Okay, I have some old logs in there, but whatever. So now, we should be all red. Hey. Yeah, I'm not doing a great job at videos, but okay, there. What the camera probably isn't picking up is some flickering in the back. I think that's because of faulty wiring. Or honestly, I'm not sure, but it might be interference. I don't think so. I'm not very well versed in the hardware world. I'm more of a engineer, software engineer guy myself. So yeah, that's where I am. And I was just gonna continue sort of building upon this and seeing where I can go. Okay. Let's see. I had some print statements I wanted to get rid of. There we go. Although this is useful for logging. Actually, I made it that bit more complex. What I did was, you can, in this payload, put null values in here, which means keep whatever this is the same as what it was. So that way you can, have an array with a bunch of null values, then a value, like an actual color value, followed by a bunch of nulls and then another value, and you would only change the ones that have the index where there was a non-null value. I thought that might be interesting, So then we thread along. So I have that working, and at this point I'm not really sure what else to do on the Python side of things. I might move on to the Node.js application. All of this is open source, by the way, I forgot to say. But yeah, it is. So let me put it up. It's called Lightly. I think it's not set to private. Hold on, let me quickly go ahead and check. I think we're good, but yeah. It's private. Let's set it to public. There you go. Source code is in the chat. Okay. So, there's my face. Oh, reaction. I like. Hell yeah. Thank you, Sam. So then, what's next? Like the moment I start streaming, the pressure's on, Oh, I know. I have a diff in here. What did I do? What is different here? Oh, I see. Also, GitHub Copilot is a godsend for writing in a language that you don't know very well. A bunch of this was like helped or written completely by Copilot. Yeah, it's amazing. Feed working server or working Python server. Then push this, and then we're all in sync again, and everybody's happy. So this is my local copy of the project. So this isn't running on the Pi, which is nice because this has a bunch more extensions. Works a little bit faster too, so that's fun. Okay, get pull. Cool. So we have a server there. I guess we can get started on the next layer, which would be the actual server that people, or rather that the app will listen to. This is gonna be interesting, how to stream making a Firebase project without actually, leaking your key. That's gonna be fun. Oh well. I'll think of something. I could put it in my environment, actually. That would work. I don't know. So, so I have this server running. Again, this is going to be the thing that will listen to Firestore and then push push new commands over to the Python localhost. So what I can do is, if I set the arguments in such a way that, yeah, that sounds good. So I was thinking, what if we set the host to the first argument so that we have something to test against, and then we're good, I think. So oh, it wants to set up an Express server. That's fun, but not necessary, luckily. Host is gonna be, yeah, actually, perfect. Yeah, why not? Do we want to run this on 8080? Do we need to? Wait. Oh, yeah, okay, no, never mind. So let's say that we have some, you know, internal server or like a local server config, where we have, actually this can just be a const local server config. Host is going to be localhost. Port, in this case, I set it to 1234. Yep, that's going to work. And then let's just try to do a fetch on, yeah, whatever. I'm not really well versed into the, you know, entire system of Node and that kind of stuff. Wait, do I have, man, it's not doing the semicolon thing. Are there any gurus in here that can tell me? There, modules not, see, this is what I mean, man. Oh, okay, interesting. I want a semicolon and everything. Well, whatever, I'm just gonna have to live with the fact that I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Perfect. So that returns promise. I can recall it used to, you know, it'd be like an API where it's like result goes here, but it's good to know that it's promise now. Let's await that. And that makes this async, which goes here. Yeah. Log res dot abby. Why not? Now I'm gonna make a little test site here, and it's gonna be, hey, what's up? Nice to see you there. Yeah, let's make a little index.html, head. Test site, thank you. Body, this is a test site. Cool. Let's run a simple HTTPS server here. On port, do you define the port here? Screw it, let's do it on 8000, just so we have something we can test against. Server npm start. Yay, fetch is not defined. But this thing isn't complaining. See, it's fun to work with Node. This has always been my Node development experience. Fetch is not defined. Node.JS TypeScript. If you write stuff in an HTML file, exclamation mark, it will generate it for you. Wait, sorry, I'm not sure what you mean. What are you saying? That sounds interesting. Oh, I see. We need to install fetch. Okay, try again. Ah. Then we need to require it. Okay. Require statement. Okay, let's do an import instead. Nope. Require of ES module. Go to .type HTML. So what you're saying is go here. Wow. Oh, that's the emmet. Ah. I see. Oh, that's dope. Okay. That's good to know. That's amazing. Thanks. I completely forgot about the emmet stuff in there. I have tried it in the past. But this is just sort of your setup thing. That's cool. Thank you. That's really cool. Let's log the args. See, I don't get Node. I'm considering actually making the entire, you know, Py part of it in Python. Since I might as well anyway. Use crossfetch. Okay, cool. Sounds good. Let's do that instead. Okay. Okay. That, oh, whoa, okay. That's more than I bargained for. Oh wait, I need to do this, don't I? So it's fetching it as JSON, but it's an invalid JSON response. So, body, get reader. Oh, we need to pipe it. Oh, it's a stream, I see. That's interesting. So remember, I have no idea how sort of, I'm super unversed into Node stuff. Let's just, why not just fetch, you know, test.json. Well, the thing is, I already know that this works. Hello world. I already know that this works at this point because we got a response. But let's try it anyway. Oh, I need to wait this as well. Fine, fine, fine. Yay, data. Okay. Now, I'm gonna make a new Firebase project. And I'm gonna do that over here. Which gives you not that much to look at that point, so why not look at my pretty face instead? We should do a Flutter stream. That would be fun. I mean, I've done those in the past. They're actually on this channel, or on the YouTube rather. I have done a bunch of those in the past, but like the setup for doing all that kind of stuff and then getting around to actually doing them takes up so much time and mental effort. While with this, it was really just I was doing this anyway, so I might as well, you know, set up a stream, and if it works, then it's fun, you know. So I was thinking that was sort of my line of thinking. And it worked. So yeah, I'm doing that. But I mean, if I get to the Flutter side of things, I might as well just, you know, whenever I work on this, start a stream instead of, you know, preparing everything and then going through it and, you know, all that garbo. So let's set up a Firestore thing. Oh yeah, definitely. Too bad we can show them our work. That would create tons of content. It would. We have open source stuff we can focus on. But yeah, I mean, client stuff is going to be difficult. Yeah, that's what you get. You know, but there are parts of our work that we open source. There are also parts of our clients' work that we open source, which is cool if clients are up for it. You know. What people forget sometimes, what companies sometimes forget, is that they're like, oh, okay, not all of them, but you know, you see this sometimes. It's like, ooh, we've written this code and we've paid for our developers and that kind of thing. We're not going to go ahead and give it away for free and open source it. But the thing is, as soon as you open source it, you get people who find bugs for you, in a way. If you put it up to like a business way of thinking about it, you get people who are actively doing bug fixes or hunting for you because they are going to use your code. It requires more upkeep, that kind of thing, but people might also add features themselves and that kind of thing. So it's good for a lot of reasons. So yeah, there's ups and downs to it. Definitely. This song is good. Let me save this. Sick. Okay. Now I need to set up I believe it's a service account. I could do a web account. Yeah, admin is a little bit risky, I think. Okay, add an app, web. So this is gonna be, oh, I might want it to be, no, I'm good. Okay, let's put this up on the big screen. Well, you have to maintain it as well, so that's a down. It definitely is, but yeah, you have a bunch more responsibilities regarding what you need to do with your code base, honestly. Because if you're putting it up and then not going to maintain it, then at least put your repo on read-only, or just make it a gist or something. But like, there are a bunch of tools out there that it's like, this is exactly the code I need, but it's outdated, and you're the only person who can fix it. But now it's, you know, private, so it's really annoying. Let's see, Pi server. I'm gonna put it over here because I'm afraid that it will still, you know, put up my private key and all that kind of stuff. It does. I knew it. I freaking knew it. Okay. One second. Where do we put this? Firebase config.ts.example, and then we do it like this. And then we go like that, and there's your example file, and then we add an actual Firebase config.ts. It's going to be the actual config. And my linting, or sorry, my formatting has stopped working, which is fun. As const, okay. So, and then there was a thing in VS Code that I'm gonna make use of. So there's a thing where I can, let's have a look here. VS Code hide files. I don't want to accidentally click it either. Files exclude. That's cool. Let's add Firebase. Oh, I know. Add it to the, yeah. Git ignore. And then go to the server slash Firebase slash source slash Firebase config.ts. Okay. It's ignored, and now to edit. Settings. It won't do it. So that's fun. I swear I was able to hide it earlier. Yeah, still there. Okay. Well, just won't click it and we're good. Also won't put it as const. And that's it, I think. Okay. Cool. So I think we're good. Now to integrate the entire thing. Node.JS Firebase. Let's see, I had a window here. Initialize app. Node.js, or rather just npm Firebase. Let's see where we can go from there. So in the past I used to use Firebase admin, but so this has real-time cloud Firestore. Perfect. Okay, cool. Let's do it. Server. So in the past I used to use the admin side of stuff because it was just a little bit easier to set up, but I want to do this a little bit more properly. Although it is sort of like a server application, but it doesn't live, it lives on the Raspberry Pi itself. So I think it warrants to be, you know, part of the, you know, the service thing is an admin thing, but this is like a client application still. So yeah, let's do it like that. Okay, now I should be able to go and let me, just in case, const Firebase app is okay. Looks like we're in the clear. Yeah, because this shows a string and not the. Okay, cool. Const app initialize. So we want to import it like that. There we go. Cool. Yeah. Perfect. And then we want to check if we can. Ooh, get Firestore, get docs. There we go. Const db is. Oh, is this an await? No, that returns a Firebase app. Interesting. Let's have a look at the docs. Ah, you do a separate get Firestore thing. Why don't I have auto completion? Reload.
Does it get easier? No.
Yeah. Based on the Firebase app. Does it work now? How about now? How about now? How about now?
Things upset you.
Add missing function declarations. Why isn't the import working? Whatever. Okay. Oh, but that it does fine. I don't get that, man. Okay, whatever. You go over there. We're ignoring the args for now. Whatever. DB and then get cities. Okay, it's as easy as that. Perfect. So I'll pull up my project and we'll go over to the Firestore database. Now let's have a think here. Also, let's do it like that. There we go. So We can have like a meta configuration thing. Let's do that first. Config, I think. Right, and then something along the lines of AAP, just to test it out. So Node has observables instead of streams, I think. Let's check it out. Collection, I see. Okay. Collection doc. Oh, it's a function. I see. Oh, get docs. Might as well get doc too. So it's collection. Path. I see. But if I... So I need to set up query. Oh, so I do doc db followed by... I'm very confused. I'm going to read the documentation. Cities collection. You get a snapshot of the collection. You map individual documents. Fine by me, but I want to get a single document, so I do it like that. Which is a document reference, so we don't need to await that. So config ref is config/config. Config equals await no. Config reference dot gets document reference parser blah blah blah. Okay, and now oh, there's a singular get doc as well. Okay, perfect. Oh wait, so this is a snapshot. See this, I know. So that's the snap. Is .data log config. Let's do it. Perfect. Which we don't need. Yep. Cannot find name. Makes sense. It's not there. Firebase config from file is not a module. Cannot import. I need to export it, don't I? Okay, fixed the export, but had to open the file, so I thought might as well hide the thing. Cool. Hey, there we go. So there's still a process running, but that's good. So my question is, can I do it in real time and get live updates? Like updates on a query of some sort. Local emulator, so that's fine. Understand, blah, blah, blah. So read, listen for real-time updates on Node.js, hopefully. On snapshot. Hey. Okay, so that's an interesting API, but it will work. So, so this becomes an unsubscription object. on snapshot. See, now it does it. Okay. Snap. So now we can do something. Cool. Okay. Cool. I like that. So that works. So we're gonna be done pretty quickly. You might be able to get it done in one evening. That'd be dope. So you see the windows go whoop whoop. That's because I'm messing with stuff in the background. Looking for something in the meantime. There we go. Okay. Subtract. On sub, it's fine. Now, ideally, I'd be able to. Have some sort of way of get keyboard interrupts in Node.js. I want to be able to detect when I do a Control-C. Oh, I should have just done detecting Control-C. Process.on. Okay. Nope. At that point, I might as well have just done process.on and then have it finish for me. Unsub, delete. Is there a cancel thing on this? No. Let's add unsub. Okay. See what it does. Does it actually? No, it doesn't quit the thing anymore. I was thinking something like that. Okay. Process.exit. Cool. Quitting. That'll work. Okay. And then so we need some sort of let's make a lights collection. And then so there are multiple ways of approaching this, and I'm thinking what is useful. I mean, I can change it down the line. Honestly, I just want to get something working where I can, you know, send the payload here and then have it display. So maybe, you know what might work? Arrays aren't that large anyway, arrays of numbers. So what would you call like a series of, so the actual data of the, how about data? Array. Of array actually. Is nested array not a thing in Firestore? Wait, what? Okay, wait, let's do it the other way around. Yeah. Have it our way. So let's create a doc. Const new doc. So let's say const col is lights. Const doc name equals current. Const data equals an array of things. So that's gonna be oh wait, you can type that in TypeScript, can't you? So it's int sorry, number array, right? So it's like 255 0 0. Yeah, that works. Okay, so let's make a type for this. RGB payload is, or like RGB value is this. Type RGB array is an RGB value array. So this is going to be an RGB array, and it might contain, yeah, perfect. Let's do it. So that's the data. So new doc ref is going to be db, like that. New doc ref dot set. Is there like a set data thing? Oh, look here. Set doc. That's what I need. Set doc. New doc ref data. I see. There we go. And then just wait for this to resolve. And then let's tell it that it's done. Doing it. The invalid data must be an object, but it was an array. Yeah, that's correct. Because it's slightly different. It's gonna be an object where we're gonna have data be an RGB array, and yeah, that's it. So it's supposed to be that, and we don't need this, and we don't need this. So that's it. Can I have this formatted nicely, please, please? Thank you. Can it be even nicer? Pretty, please. I'll do it myself. And now format, and it ruins everything. No, it doesn't. Cool. Nope. Nested arrays are not supported. Okay. In that case, okay. I'm gonna do it way uglier in that case. Yep. TypeScript array to indexed object. That will work. Okay, how about values is going to be what we had before. So an RGB array of 255, 0, 0, and then the other ones. Yeah. Data is going to be data and values dot reduce. Current index, that's good. So that's ac cur I and the entire array. Actually, it's a little bit different. Yeah, it's different. It's gonna be this. Key with type int. What is it again? Oh, keep typing in, but it's number. Previous value, blah, blah, blah. Is there a second argument to this? Initial value, cool. Ack. Okay. RGB doc type, or just RGB doc is that. Yeah, let's do it like that. Reduce to an RGB doc, which this is. I equals cur. Expect the two arguments got one. Reduce. What do you want? Okay. Oh, you want the second one. Hey, okay. That's an ugly way of doing it, but let's roll with it. Oh. Format document forced is the thing? That does it? Okay, fine. Now before we set that, let's log it first. Yeah, there we go. That's ugly and it works. So actually it's better because I should have done this in the first place. Yeah, we don't need an array. We just need the indices. Okay. That's fine. Now I can set the individual lights, so let's have a look and set this data. Done. There we go. Lights, current, and there we go. That's what I meant. So it's the RGMB component of every light in the sequence. Cool. Let's do it like that. I'm gonna edit my server. Might need some changes now. Sorry, the local server, because it's gonna work slightly differently. So let's describe it. Body is a JSON dictionary of lists. Dictionary of lists, each containing 3 elements. The keys are the pixels indices. Perfect. So the example updates to that. It needs to be referred to a map of tuples, each containing the 3 elements representing the pixel RGB values. No. 0, 1, 2. The keys are the pixels indices, this time as a number. However, some of the pixels, yeah, that doesn't matter anymore. So let's assume that this is now going to be a dict of I should be able to define 2 types in here, shouldn't I? A dict of int. Yeah, so I had it right. Okay, cool. 4 pixel in JSON.loads body. Let's get that one out there. Pixel. Yeah, we can just continue. Else, or rather, we just say if this is not none. I need to check something out. Python 3.9, let's say that d is 0. Can you read that? So this is going to be a string. The key is always strings. And then that's enough testing data for now. For x in d, print x. Oh, that's the first. So for I v, I think we can do it like that. For I v in d, print I, and then print v, and then print a dash. Not enough values to unpack. Oh, I think I know how to do it. I'm also in Python is a long time for me ago. IV. Nope. Python 4 dict. So that's for key. You can only go through the key. Okay. For index. So that's going to be if pix so resetting the body data. Let's do it like that. JSON.loads. If body data index is not none, and that's a good idea. And oh, that's a type check for all of them. Yeah, we might as well. We can do a little thing here. Verify is data valid, is lambda x, and then x. So for every yeah, let's do it like that. So let's say this is lambda I, so we get something I in here. And then I is gonna be, we expect it to be basically this whole bit, right? So where index is now body data, or rather, and. So this was going to propose to us a so if it's not none, so is data valid, or rather is valid data, is a lambda function where I is an int. I think we can we type it like that? I is greater than, let's, so body data I is not none, and the length is 3, and all are integers, and pixels dot get I is none. Let's do it like that. Is valid data on index Why does this convert it to an integer again? Oh, I see. Because these are integers. These are strings to begin with. So we set them. Cool. Lambda I. Python int try parse. At I.isDigit. So this is gonna be, so wait, Python lambda function type hint. Is it possible to type hint a lambda function? Oh right, that was callable of string bool. Expected parameter type list or Oh, this is a list of arguments. Got it. Now it knows it's a string. Got it. And we expect this to be a dictionary of string and list of integers. Got it. So that's why this works, because this whole bit. Okay. I.isDigit. And so this is basically our data verification in a way. So we go like that. Because what we saw before was that, yeah, it prints these out as string. Okay. Is instance of int for every x in the body data where we index them, and we need to also cast this to an int as well. Okay. So this whole thing returns a boolean. Might as well make it a function. Like that. I is string, and then this would be a single return. Okay. Right, and now if I.isDigit is numeric, what are these differences? Python is digit versus is numeric. What was that third one? Is decimal. Let's see. Let's try it out actually. So 1 is numeric, true. 1 is digit. 1, 2, 3 is also digit, and 1, 2, 3.4 is not a digit, but it is numeric. It's not numeric. Okay. Is numeric. So we want is decimal, I'd say. Does it need to be a comma because of my language? No. Interesting. Most obvious choice. Okay, is digit seems good. If not, return false. Else, index is int on I, and now we return this whole thing. There we go. Better. So is valid data takes our I, which is supposed to be a string. If it's a digit, not is instance I string, or it's not a digit. I see. Okay, cool. So we assume this to be any for the moment. So we just remove the type information. And there we go. Also, is it any or any? Like that, okay. Actually, we don't know anything about this, right? If raise exception, body is not a dictionary, fine. Cool. That's a little bit of security built in. Cool. Hey, is this Flow Anastasia? It is. Dope. Okay, that's a good start. I'm gonna make the font a little bit smaller because I get completely claustrophobic otherwise. Just text is so big. Cool. Then what to do? Right, we have this different way of setting the pixel data now. So we changed this to be a dict of int. So this is our new type. Missed the bracket there. So let's see what it does now. I colors on oh wait, so build color on I for I in range self.count if I, which is the integer, but only if this only if this value is not null or none in Python, right? Difficult. I mean, we can do it. Yeah, we can do it like that for range. Pixel is build color if pixel is not none, edit there, and then return it. Yeah, it's the less pretty way, but returns the given pixel with a callback. Sorry, it runs the given pixel builder callback for each pixel in the, what is it? Chain, whatever. And returns the resulting dictionary pixels to call segment, which is the current pixel index. Okay. Cool. Sets the LEDs. Yeah, basically. And this is gonna be your new type. This is way better in so many ways. Init, okay. So this will also take a different argument. But nothing weird happens in this case, which is interesting. Ooh, what does enumerate do on a dictionary? So let's get D back and enumerate on D. First, subscriptable. For I in D, print I. See, that's the one that I wanted. Actually. But whatever, it works. But so now could I do for I and P, print I, print P, and then print a dash? That works. Okay, got it. Wait, no. That's not what I want at all. Not at all. Wait, can I just, okay, hold on. Let me check something. So if I say for I, for A, B, C, D in enumerate, that's a bad idea because I already defined the D. So let's just say A, B, C. Print A, B, C. Okay, okay, not enough values, whatever. For I, because that's gonna be the index, if I remember correctly. It is cool. And this is gonna be an integer, so that's good. If pixels I is none, continue. If self.order is self.pixels is that pixels I. Can we rename this? No, not that. Rename symbol data. Right, okay. That makes it a little bit more clear what we're doing. And this logic barely changes, actually. So that's cool. So, okay, ready to try it out. So this is my local copy. So let's update it. Local server. Chore change to. Actually, we can test it out before we do anything at all. We can just run the local server. Python 3.9 local server lightly, and this will run on a mock thingy on localhost. Body is not a dictionary. Then what is it? Oh, an array. Right. That's correct. Button. And then, there we go. Cool. So now we get a little bit more error information, but a list. Okay. Let's make it 1 then. So 0, 255, 0, 0, 1, because we start counting from 0. 0, 255, 0. And then let's say 5. Why not? So the 6th pixel. Let's do 4. 5th pixel. 0, 0, 255. Without the trailing comma, because JSON is stingy like that. Boom. Error 0. What is it this time? Traceback, run server. I have no idea what went wrong because it won't tell me, because I can't get a proper stack trace. Oh, if is valid data. Body data index, key error 0. So we're messing something up in our typing, which wouldn't be an issue if I knew how to type this all properly in Python, but I don't. Not everything can be Dart, unfortunately. No, it's for better. Line 98. Body data on index. Sorry, we need I. Still. Actually, everywhere we use body data index should be I. Value is body data I. There we go. Better. So return instance of is instance, was it? Yeah, there we go. And, or rather, and. There we go. Try again. Unimplemented set method, pixels go. Yeah, that's correct. Okay, dope. Cool. That part works. Let's run it on the Raspberry. Use dicts for setting lights. Why not? So now we change this back to what it was. Then we go to the Raspberry. We pull in all the latest changes. There we go. And we... Oh, no, I pressed the macro key to put my windows in a certain arrangement. That wasn't what I wanted to do, but whatever. Python, what was the command again? Yeah, that one. I'm gonna exit you, I don't need you anymore. Okay. Send the payload. Error. Error 2. Yeah, that's awfully helpful. Key error 2. Self.pixels. Data. Oh, yeah. Okay, got it. This is data I, and so data is the entire list. I will give us, actually, let me just RGB. Let's do it like that. Is data on I, and now we replace these with RGB, and these give us the components. Perfect. Okay, try again. Okay, so the 1st, 2nd, and 5th should now shine oh so brightly. Look. So that's 1 on red. A bunch of them aren't, and then that's correct. Not sure if you can see that. Let me not toast myself in the process and go here and see if I can show you. Yeah, well that that certainly isn't like the second or third or fourth. So I think we're good. Cool. So that works. Nope. So that little let's stop the server, then go I need to go to this one, copy over this because I'd rather commit it from here. Fix Pi controller indexing issue. Then we reset this, and then we do another pull. So now we're all in sync. Okay. And then we go back to, and then go back to the start. Okay. Nope. So we got that. So now we want this to listen to a particular, so const lights collection name is lights. Lights doc name is current. So that's good. And we have an RGB value and an RGB array. An RGB document will have a key, which is the index. Can we define, is it a thing yet that we can define positive numbers in TypeScript? TypeScript positive integer type. That'd be cool. Is there a way to represent a non-negative integer? Template literals allow it like this. Okay. Cool. Let's try it. That's very cool. So number extends t, number otherwise. T, if t extends something with a minus followed by any sort of string. Or a decimal number, then no, otherwise return t. That's dope. Okay. TypeScript type. So can we have in 16 array, is it possible to restrict a number to a certain range? Update since till recursive evaluation conditional types. Okay. This looks very interesting. So ran, number extends t, then it's a number. Otherwise it's a range of t. Our length of t, our number, otherwise. Wow, this is so, like the thing with types in TypeScript is it's so extremely terse that it feels like regex sometimes, where it's just there's so much in one sentence that it's sometimes hard to wrap your head around. So let's see, so where does this show up? So range number, call it that, and say that this is a range number. It's 255. 257 1 blah 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 blah. Oh, so that's your max. So 256. That's dope. Okay, cool. So these are all range numbers. So I cannot put in -1. Neither can I put in -1.0 or -0.5. I can put in 0.5. No, it's an integer. Okay, so I can put in 1. I can put in 0. But I can also do 255. I cannot do 256 and up. That's cool. That's really cool. Okay, so that's an RGB array. An RGB doc is a keyed thing with a non-negative integer. Index parameter must be string number. That's too bad. Okay. Wait, we can do a record. It's a record of a non-negative integer. Oh, what am I doing? It's a positive integer. And the other side is going to be an RGB array. Sorry, RGB value. Requires one argument. Why so? Wait, where was that? Non-negative integer. Okay. An RGB doc is a record. Got it. So const x of type RGB doc equals 0. So that works. -1. Yeah, so this does work. Okay. Dope. So we have fully, so this is now fully type safe, which is neat. So those are our types. That's our config. Let's move that up a little. And then go over here. So we're gonna subscribe. So we've tested the parts individually now. So on snapshot, so let's try this for a second, just printing whatever we have. Oh, I already had something, right? Oh, right. There we go. Error. Type association excessively, possibly infinite. Ah, interesting, because this is not complaining. Okay, how about no range numbers then? And we just allow a number. Will that make it happy? Yep. Okay, so actually this is not a positive integer. It is a string. But we do want to keep that positive integer around. Do we? No, we don't need to, because in every step of the way, we just throw it directly onto Python. So this is just sort of our Firebase integration middleware, right? And it would be more efficient if it wasn't that way, but this is the fastest way for me to build it, instead of doing it the Python way, which is interesting and I might look at later, but yeah. Okay, we don't need these. Lights current, so let's change this to a 0 and we get our update. Dope. Okay, and let's say that const set light to some sort of RGB document. We have that fetch. We don't need these. Yes, almost. It's that, but almost, yeah. Okay. So that's going to be a post. It's JSON, so it's going to stringify that data, which is correct. So let's see what it sends over. Setting light to RGB, and then URL. Let's do it like that. That way we can check out what it's actually sending. Okay. Cool. So let's forego actually sending that at all. Just see what it's gonna do. If we did actually, you know. Data updated. Yep, there we go. So I noticed something recently. It looks like GitHub Copilot is actually, instead of what it used to do, it seems like it's becoming aware that if you of everything that's under your cursor. So it used to be, and this still feel like the case sometimes, that where your cursor is, so basically all this stuff is what it's currently reading, and so what it's aware of. But it knows about this set light call that's all the way down here. So it seems like it parsed the entire file, but then again, there were instances where it saw functions and classes that were in other files, so it looks like it's actually parsing the entire project this time. Interesting. So, yeah. Okay. That looks correct. Let's try it out. So I have the server running on the other thing. So this link should already be working. My minimum viable product is actually almost there. So we run this. We check out what we know what its host name is because I have that in Postman. So this is 1234, and that's that. So that means that if I now so if this throws, does that I don't want it to stop immediately. Console.error, fill the set light, and then throw the entire response in there. Just do status, the status text. That sounds good. this dude. Telamic? Awesome stuff. Hey! Something came in. Already. Okay, so it's so this is the Python side, this is the Node side. It looks like they are working together properly. So I wonder what the latency is in the entire chain. So I can send commands directly to this, or I can now change this. So only using Firestore, I'll set the LED that you guys probably saw light up blue first to full white. Let's see where we are. That's white. That's white, bitches. So, okay, so the toolchain works. The entire chain, from start to finish, is complete. Awesome. Okay. That means that I can run this application on this side and it should still work. Okay. Settings. Let's just push everything. Only the example is in there, so that's good. Oh, are you kidding me? I was on my camera for so long. Damn it. Well, it's bound to happen sometimes. And it's a casual stream anyway. So. How long have I been on my camera? Well, whatever. Nothing we can do now. Anyway. So we have this side, the Python side, communicating to this side, the Node side. And they are going to communicate. And so when Firestore updates, that update lands in Node, which will then send out an HTTP request to the Python server, which will then process it and set the LEDs accordingly. So that's cool. Okay, now to run the entire thing on there. Node Firebase server, complete Node Firebase server. Yeah, that's basically all we need to do. Okay, I'm gonna pull in this, and here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start a new tmux session called host, and the reason is I can split this window into two, but not like that. I wanna. So you had two options for that. What was it? It was. So tmux split vertically. There's like a cheat sheet somewhere. %. There we go. So you are gonna run the Python server. Sudo Python 3.9 on the Lightly projects, and you are gonna run the server, install it. I do actually this time need to switch to cam view because I need to copy over the Firebase configuration. Okay. So that's done. So that should be good. And now we can watch Node install packages in real time. Fun. There we go. Close my mail. annoying me. Okay. npm start. So the right side should... Oh, wait. The configuration is incorrect. Well, actually, should work. It's going to try to resolve the host name depending on the IP instead of localhost. So localhost will probably be faster. So it's compiling as far as it compiles. Ooh, okay, that's good. So the left side is the Node.js server, which is in sync with Firebase, and the right side is the Python server, which listens from requests from the Node server and sends it over to the LED thing. So now, the theory is that I add a field here. We might as well add them in mass at this point. So, you know what? Let's do this. So if we take the LED count that we have, so const LED count is 200 in this case. Initial value is going to be 255, 255, 255, like that. Now let's take so for let's see, so that's initial value. So initial document is there like a list comprehension thing, like a list document looping thing? So I could do array dot fill array of maybe object has something. Ooh, it has a bunch. God, I know how to do this in Dart so easily, but alas. Okay, const initial document is get doc. Oh wait, this fetching initial document. Initial. I'm basically trying to set it up so that it starts off initially with 200 values of white, just so that it starts up, at least for any values that aren't there. So initial data is initial document dot data as RGB doc. And then basically I want to say for loop, for loopy, I in the let count, I want to say initial data I is, or can I do question equals? Hey, wait. Null coalescing assignment in TypeScript. Logical nullish assignment. Does that work? Okay. Equals this or better. Or actually, if just like that. Initial data I is initial value as const. Does this make sense? So here it doesn't matter. Here it does. Here it doesn't, because we can't reassign, and we can reassign values within an array. Is read only mutable, or what is opposite of read only type in TypeScript? Checklist, blah blah blah. Oh, that's convenient. Deep mutable. What is happening here? Oh, I see. So I basically want a mutable, simple, yeah, simple mutable. Incredible edible egg. Mutable. There. Nope. Nope. So I want a as mutable RGB value. That works. So this one doesn't need to be that. Nope. Okay. Oh, that also works. Wait, but this is a read only doesn't fit in that. So, okay. Fine. We can actually fix this if we just say RGB value. But I had rather, nope, that's better. So now we don't need this. As const? I do want that initial value to be immutable. So read only RGB value. Fine. We can't reassign this. We can this as const. Now the types are happy. Perfect. Okay, so setting initial values so that initial doc ref we can retain initial doc set data, or what was it, set doc, there we go, to the initial data. Done. Subscribing to changes. Done. Running continuously. Perfect. Let's try it out. This should be populated with a whole bunch of white values except for one. Value number 1, index 1. Number 2, index 1. That should stay at 02550, and the rest should be white all the way down to 199. I'll refresh. I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. And oh boy, what is happening? Oh, I'm in Vmux, so. What is it doing? Data updated. Oh, the subscription is happening before Okay, so let's see here. I'll wait. I had a good idea. Okay, first off, let's check this. Yes. So that's 1, 1. Okay, so that's 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, and then it goes off all the hundreds, which should stop at 199. Yeah, then 2, and this should... So it's 2, and then all the numbers counting up. Okay. We should have a fully white thing then. Except for the second one. The second one should still be a separate color. Oh boy. Okay, kinda. The ones in the far back, you can probably tell are a bit orange. But hey, that second one is green, and that's correct. So I do need to do something about the that cabling, but that's probably just a janky little cable. But that's okay. Here's my idea. So that document, does it have changes on them? Because I basically want a diff on the doc. I only want to send as much data as I need. So that doc, does it have, as a reference, it doesn't have the changes on it. That's really annoying. Document reference, sorry, document snapshot, that was correct. Metadata, exists, data, get. Yeah, no, that's not what I mean. Okay, new plan, add a bit of state. Let's last doc of type so that would be a document. What is this? Document snapshot of document data. Nullable. We need to import these. Hey, so these do work immediately. That's sweet. Or undefined. Although I'd wish I could just do a question mark here. Okay. Or no, fine. If last doc, sorry, if last doc is falsy, we set the last doc. Sorry, if last doc is not falsy, because we always set the last document to the current document. So that's all the data. So let's set the diff to the data for now. And then we set light on the diff. If last doc isn't null, let's set it to null for now. Maybe we can't do it like that. Nope. Cool. Next song. Nothing against that track, but not my thing. Not right now. Last doc. So if that's not null, that means we had a previous doc before it. So last doc data is doc last doc dot data adds RGB doc, and now I want the values. So for loop through object node, I want to take out, okay, remove common entries from object, basically. So I want to say, okay, these values haven't changed. So yeah. Can I straight up do diff dot? Let's see. Object dot entries. Okay, cool. So for what is it? For of, right? For const I and value of last doc entry. So value is the RGB value. Okay, cool. If diff I is also that value, we're gonna say objects object dot remove. So can we remove value from object? Can we straight up do delete diff I? Interesting. I mean, no point in not trying it out, right? Let's start and have a look. Okay, it's done. So now we can check out what the changes are, because only one thing should change. So if I change this to a 0, nope, it still sends over all of them. Okay, new plan. Let's construct this object gradually. Const diff is an RGB doc. It's going to be empty for now. So if it is null, else. So if it is null, then diff is just going to be the data. Otherwise, so let. So for the last doc entries, go through it. Is there a better way to loop through a JavaScript object than to get its entries? Loop through JavaScript objects. Nope, entries. Cool. So if the data, so if the current data's value at I is not the current value at I, so we have our last doc entries. So if the last document value at I is not the same as this document's value at I, we add it. Okay. So that should solve our issue. So number 72, so that's the 73rd light. Because remember, computers count from 0. So that's the initial thing. And now I set this to 255 and we should only get a request for that single value. And we don't. But why? Because that's the initial document. Nope, never mind. I was wrong. So is the document? Okay, wait. Let's do it the other way around. So last doc data. So last data. Let's do it like that. Is RGB doc or null, and that starts out as null. Okay. New approach. And then setting newly diffed lights with the diff. And we start. And we'll see what we got. Setting the initial document. So that's the initial one. I'm wrong in here somewhere. Current data. Let's make it blatantly obvious. Current data. If last data is null, let's log that. Last data was null. Passing through entire document. Last data present. Diffing. Diffing complete. Wait, is there something about... So last value and current value. So these are both RGB values. Do I need to do some sort of comparison? Is that what I'm missing? I need list equality. That's it. Also, I'm using not equals instead of not identical. I should be using identical, and now I am. Okay. Dope. Compared to tuples are equal. Tuples are equal. Xval is fine. Let's yeah. Fine by me. Last value is the value. Current value is that, so okay, I trust that. Last value. I had another bug in here. It wasn't equaling it to the current value. Yeah, that was definitely another bug. But this shouldn't be this, but tuples equal current value, last value. Because that's a tuple of, yeah, okay. I basically need an array equals at this point. Extends, I just do array.
Take this feeling away from me. I can't wait for the day when I don't feel.
I love this solution, but I hate it so much too. Array equals is JSON stringify A equals JSON stringify B. Wow. Oh my gosh. Okay, wait. Types array equals. This is. Am I imagining that this is such a complex problem? Maybe to do with type safely, but if two things equal and they both extend, what is it, array? Essentially, right? So T extends array of U and U. So that, yeah. So we can shorten this to this, which means we can shorten it even more. Like that. Arrays equal. And hey, type safe. This is just RGB value and this is number. Yeah. So I wasn't able to infer it. Okay. That's okay because it knows RGB value, so it's fine. Okay. Okay. Diffing complete. Okay. Let's try. Last data was null, passing entire document. See, now the diff works. So can you see that? It only passes on. Let me put it here. It only passes on element 72. So that's perfect. So now if I make a change in this document, it will only push the actual changes that have happened over to the right side. So that's a lot more efficient. So we should have a bunch of little lights here. Yeah, and it's only diffing up. Cool. Okay. Yeah, might as well keep it in here. A double space? It is. Ciao. Okay, let's change a bunch of these values. 69, nice. That definitely needs to be red. And change this one. So we should have predominantly white, but with a couple of other values sprinkled in here and there. So let's have a look. Okay. I definitely see a pink and a green, and the rest is white. Oh, and a couple blues. That's nice. That bit works, so that's cool. I'm gonna try to figure out if I can resolve that issue with the lights not showing up properly. I cut my finger recently and it's really hard to work with these things if it's so finicky. Honestly, I should have something to keep them on, but I just reseeded them, hoping that solves our problems magically. I'll also cables in a little. Yeah, so that orange that you see on the right definitely isn't supposed to show up orange. Interesting thing is the first one is doing it perfectly. The second one that's weird. Let me try just reconfiguring this. That one. Swap it out. Just connect. Really label these. Okay, so okay, same behavior. See the red one now. Question is, why is the color degrading on every extension of the strand, on every extension of the chain? I'm not sure. I'm not even really sure how to check that. One thing I could try is to see if I swap out the red strand that I have over here, the red little cut cable, if I swap that out for something a little bit more easy to work with. If I have this adapter, I could try. Not perfect. I'm wondering how I would wire that up if I were to. big brain moment. So this. If I connect that, I can give it ground. I can give it thing, but I can't give it. Okay, I'm gonna take one of these jumper cables. I'm gonna connect it to power. I need a mill with ends. Like that one.
Imagine everything you ever wanted shows up.
And then hook it up to the power on. No. And try and see if this works better. That's it. Who knows? Still. Oh. Doesn't make any difference. Okay, here's another thing I can try. Forget this entire block of the chain, or piece of the puzzle, and just, let's say this one's faulty, and then just hook up another one. Wired up. Oh no, wait, it's okay. This is pretty weird, but that's odd. So was that a mistake on the manufacturing side? Can I just? Okay, I pulled it out, but not the way I was supposed to. So it had a double. Okay, next one. That one had some faults. So there's our 0th strand, just like before. I need to know, so that one's okay. I know which one's power and which one's. Put them out like that. Connect ground. Call which one is. Okay. That's situation. Are exposed. Right. See what we get. Okay. Relatively good. A little bit more finicky this time. Does work. Okay. So what happens if we hook it up to another one? I also checked there's no way to do this the wrong way around, so it just goes one way. Okay. I'm not sure if you can tell, but the second one, maybe the camera doesn't pick it up, but the second one has the same type of flickering going on as what we saw before. Maybe it's the quality of the power supply? I would guess that's it. Because it is supplying power, it's just not doing it properly. Let me hook up a third one and then call it a day. See what we get. Yeah, I get the same sort of orange shading on the third strand. Yep. Some type of flickering going on. Okay, well, that's odd, but I might check it out later. In any case, come a long way. The software part is basically there. Actually, everything is there for me to start implementing the application side of things. So once I do get everything working as far as the lights goes, and I need to actually properly wire up the data, or rather the power and ground for the strip itself. But as soon as I do, I can basically start creating the app and control everything from there. Think of a UI and, configuration things. That's pretty dope. So, yeah, sounds good. Well, thanks everybody who watched, and thanks everybody for watching. If you're watching later, that'd be dope. I don't know when I'll be streaming again, but this was fun. So who knows? Maybe soon.